The news at 5:30 starts right now.
The cold weather, the big story tonight. We begin with a message from ERCOT that came out about 30 minutes ago. They are appealing once again for energy conservation due to that Arctic air that blew in. They are asking that everyone do that tomorrow morning from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m.
They're asking us all to conserve energy if it's safe to do so, citing reserves are low due to the cold temperatures, record-breaking demand, and unseasonably light winds, which of course affects how much wind energy we can generate. Take a look at this graphic from ERCOT's website. It shows the anticipated supply and demand for electricity come tomorrow morning. So take a look. The blue line you see shows demand, and the red line is supply. You can see the supply line is just above the demand line, meaning the grid should have enough power.
Aside from putting out that appeal, they haven't said much more. We asked them for further details about what their plan is. We're still waiting to hear back. Let's get straight to Mia Montgomery, who has been timing out this drop in temperatures for days now. How cold could it be tomorrow morning, Mia?
It is going to be very cold. In fact, a hard freeze is expected. By the time the sun comes up, temperatures dropping into the mid-20s for us here in San Antonio, maybe even upper teens as you get into the higher elevations up into the hill country. Already at or below that 32-degree threshold for a good portion of the San Antonio area. 30 over at the airport. It's 28 in Canyon Lake, 26 in Comfort, stretching over to Kerrville. Just above that, though, for places like Rio Medina as well as Castroville, stretching over to Hondo. But it is a little breezy out there. We've got winds out of the northeast, upwards of about 10 to 15 miles per hour. So when you factor that in, wind chills, what it feels like to your body when you step outside, right now they're in the upper teens and 20s. So very, very cold air in place. We also will be monitoring later tonight and especially tomorrow morning for the potential to see a little bit of light ice as we see some freezing drizzle and freezing rain. Try to get up and running. Most of us quiet. This is actually a little bit of ground clutter near the radar site in New Braunfels. Maybe a few sprinkles near the Luling area just north of Gonzales. That's stretching up into Caldwell County right along 130 there. So we'll be monitoring for maybe a few slick spots on elevated surfaces, bridges and overpasses tonight and tomorrow morning. Other than that, hard morning freeze tomorrow, morning wind chills in the teens. We're not finished with the hard freezes though after we get through our Monday. More of that Tuesday and Wednesday, single digit wind chill values Tuesday morning there as well. We're going to time it all out, get you all the details coming up in just a few, guys.
All right, Mia, we'll see you then. Now a good time to remind you to download the KSAT Weather Authority app if you don't have it already. You can scan this QR code on your screen right now and you can get up-to-date real-time weather temperatures along with the latest forecast and all the other warnings and things that happen out there. It's available for both iPhones and Androids. If you were out on the roads today, you may have seen TxDOT trucks out and about. I saw this very same scene, except they were moving down the road when I was out about 4 o'clock this afternoon coming in. Convoys are in different locations around the area, pre-treating those roads, in particular the bridges and overpasses that could possibly develop ice first. This is video of one crew earlier this morning on Highway 281. Drivers being alerted to be on the lookout for those TxDOT crews, convoys, via TransGuide signs. The agency aiming to be proactive just in case to keep travel on the highway safe. Again, they were out there just a little bit ago.
Yeah, kind of comforting to see that preparation. Hopefully by now, though, your pipes are wrapped and your plants are inside to stay ahead of the winter weather. City leaders across the hill country now urging people to stay alert as crews transition from preparations into response.
Yeah, our Avery Everett joins us now live from Boerne after speaking with city officials there about their expectations over the next couple of days.
Tim, Courtney, expectations cold. Well, we're out here for the rest of the night. My hat, my gloves, my scarf, they're definitely staying on, especially as the wind, we're starting to feel it pick up. But that's why preparations are so important. I want you to take a look at this bridge right next to me here on Blanco in Boerne. You can see that striping, and that's where the city says TxDOT trucks have already come through to treat the roads. Now, the city says over the next 24 hours, utilities are the top concerns, like making sure pipes don't freeze. They say up until this point, they've really done all that they can to prepare. Trees have been trimmed and crews are staffed to respond if needed. Now, as more of that winter weather starts to come through, they're asking people to stay home and bundle up.
Tonight is really going to be kind of the biggest issue if we see any in terms of precipitation. The forecast has kind of been fluctuating, but it has maintained there's a slight chance of some light precip, with really the biggest impacts being on elevated surface bridges and our sidewalks.
And it's not just crews here in Boerne that are prepared and ready to respond. Coming up tonight at 10, we'll show you what the Bear Bulverde Volunteer Fire Department is doing to their trucks to help with response rates during this freezing weather. Reporting live out here in Boerne, I'm Avery Everett, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Avery. Stay warm out there. Well, with the weather, we still have to talk about our other big story. If you're planning to take part in tomorrow's MLK March, listen up. The start time has changed. The march will now start at 11 o'clock instead of 10 o'clock.
Yeah, the MLK Commission announcing the 1 hour delay earlier this afternoon. And here's what you need to know. The MLK Commission citing the potential for light wintering precipitation in the forecast as the reason for that delay now. March officials saying out of an abundance of caution, they want to give participants a little extra time to get to the staging site. Those organizations and groups planning to march are now being asked to gather at 10 o'clock tomorrow at MLK Academy on Martin Luther King Drive. The commission stressing to everyone coming out tomorrow to dress warm, and for any updates about what might happen as far as any other changes, just go ahead and check the city's social media pages. Of course, we'll have all the details for you here, online, and on air.
All right, moving from weather, new tonight. Weeks after being charged with the DWI, San Antonio District 10 Councilman Mark White has been censured by the rest of the council members. The censure was the only topic of discussion during this morning's special meeting. This vote came just days after SAPD released video of White's December 29th arrest. White admits to the officer that he had 3 drinks before getting behind the wheel. He denies feeling drunk before driving, but takes full responsibility for his actions. That's why he urged fellow council members to vote to censure him.
Let there be no dispute. Let there be no fight. Let's move forward and let's pass it.
Legal process that Councilmember White will be entitled to.
Mayor Ron Nirenberg temporarily stripped White of his committee assignments. Nirenberg says that could be revisited once White's toxicology report comes back. And of course, that could take weeks.
All right, we'll have more on the developing weather situation right after this.
All right, the race for the White House, it's all eyes on Iowa, where sub-zero temperatures are hitting the state right before tomorrow's high-stakes caucuses.
Despite the cold weather, ABC's Rena Rohr reports candidates are out on the campaign trail today, hoping to sway votes in their favor.
Just a day until the high-stakes Iowa caucuses, Republican candidates braving the bitter cold, making their final pitch to voters.
Here in Iowa, you have the ability to change the trajectory of American politics.
I think we're seeing a late surge here. We are going to deliver a shock to the world.
New polling of caucus goers shows former President Trump holding a dominant lead with nearly 50% of the vote.
We're going to win Iowa's first in the nation caucuses, a victory that will echo throughout the country.
His supporters packing an in-person rally today in Indianola despite the extreme weather.
We're Iowans. We're used to it. We're tough.
We'll make it through, and we will show up tomorrow night.
While the other candidates canceled a slew of campaign events in recent days amid the dangerously low temperatures and heavy snow.
This is truly cold, but we're going to keep on going anywhere and everywhere. We're going to go all the way until the last hour.
Recent polls put Nikki Haley in second place with 20% of the vote and Ron DeSantis in third with 16%, despite going big in Iowa, holding more campaign events than Haley and Trump combined.
And the big question right now is voter turnout. Will people actually show up on Monday in this extreme cold? Rena Roy, ABC News, Des Moines, Iowa.
Taking a look outside at live cam, those temperatures are dropping. We're at 30 degrees. I think what we wanted to talk about just a little bit was, of course, we're starting the show with ERCOT, appeals to the public. Yes, there are things that we need to be looking out for and definitely being careful, but this is not like the freeze of 2021.
Right. Yeah, especially from a weather standpoint. We're going to keep eyes on ERCOT and the grid conditions over the next several days, not just tomorrow. We've got hard freezes all the way through Wednesday morning. But from a meteorological standpoint, no, this is nothing close to what we saw almost 3 years ago back in 2021. One of the reasons being not getting as cold. So the intensity of the cold not as bad. Also, the duration not as long, and we don't have multiple crippling ice ice storms floating across the state of Texas. But yes, we have the potential to see a little bit of light ice before the sun comes up tomorrow. Mainly, we'll just be monitoring bridges and overpasses for a few slick spots and maybe a light glaze on some elevated surfaces. We're going to get to that timeline in just a second. The cold is what's affecting pretty much all of us, though, across south central Texas, whether you're below freezing or not. Still chilly, especially closer to the Rio Grande. Low 40s in place right now. Below freezing here in San Antonio, even up into the hill country, even colder. 20s for places like Kerrville, Rock Springs, Junction, as well as Fredericksburg. Take a look at the entire state of Texas. Quite an impressive temperature spread all the way in Brownsville, where the front hasn't reached that area just yet. 73 degrees. But the farther north that you go, 16 right now in Amarillo. If you thought that was cold, take a look at that Arctic air in the Central Plains across the northern tier. 0 degrees in Minneapolis, 10 below right now the current temperature in Bismarck, North Dakota. When you factor in the winds, it feels even colder than that. That's where wind chill warnings currently are in place. Even some winter storm warnings off to their west. Across portions of the Rockies near Salt Lake City as well as Denver. That stretches even across portions of Arkansas, the Tennessee River Valley, even into northeast Texas. We just have winter weather advisories in place for a good chunk of our region, as well as hard freeze warnings and wind chill advisories that are about to go into effect in about 15 minutes. This mainly, yes, for the cold, but also for the potential to see a little bit of that light glaze if you are stepping out first thing tomorrow morning. Right now, not a whole lot to note when it comes to the radar. We are pretty dry out there. Yes, it is cloudy and we have seen a few sprinkles and a little bit of mist out there earlier today. I think that changes for some of us by about 9-10 o'clock. We could start to see a few isolated patches of some freezing drizzle and some freezing rain develop. Chances then increase as we head into early Monday morning. This is 2 o'clock for places like Uvalde, Hondo, up into the hill country, Bandera, San Marcos, New Braunfels. Could start to see more of that freezing rain get up and running. By 6 o'clock in the morning, along and just east of the I-35 corridor, we'll be monitoring for a little bit more of that activity. But then by mid-morning, it starts to work its way east of the Alamo City, and it's pretty much out of here by lunchtime. And that will continue to be the trend into the afternoon. Much drier, but it will be cold and pretty cloudy and a little breezy as well. And I really want to hit home here with this potential for a little bit of ice. Whatever we do find by the time all is said and done, very, very light. Accumulations just up to about 1/10 of an inch, which means that mainly we'll just be monitoring for a few slick spots on those bridges and overpasses by tomorrow morning. So if you do have to hit the roadways tomorrow, if you can avoid those elevated roadways, that would be best and a good idea. If not, just take it very, very slow and be extra careful. We also could find a light glaze of ice on those elevated surfaces, cars if they're parked outside overnight, also patios as well as those street signs. So this is all something to keep in mind for stepping out to the MLK March tomorrow, which again now starts at 11 a.m. You can see your temperatures very, very cold in the 20s, but it will feel like the teens. In terms of our actual air temperatures tomorrow, I think some of us struggle to climb above the freezing threshold, especially northern Bexar County, points farther up to the north as well as the east, maybe just above that the farther south and west that you go, similar to what we've seen today. Hard freezes yet again Tuesday morning, Wednesday morning, temperatures dropping into the upper teens and low 20s. I do want to point out Tuesday morning, as people are getting up in the morning, heading off to school, heading off to work, wind chills in the single digits are expected. So you definitely will want to prepare for that. Dress very appropriately, dress warmly, not nearly as bad in terms of those wind chills on Wednesday. And we're finally starting to warm things up a bit by Wednesday afternoon and especially on Thursday, guys.
Kids just have to make it a couple days.
Yep.
Okay, thanks, Mia.
It's not cold inside where the Dallas Cowboys are playing, but their offense is certainly frigid today.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it, guys, because the Dallas Cowboys right now are in a battle for their lives in a wild card game as we speak. We're going to update you on that game as well as make sure you guys understand what happened in yesterday's game and how C.J. Stroud was able to get an outstanding win for the Texans in their wild card game. So stay with us.
Football coverage brought to you by Davis Law Firm.
Well, the Dallas Cowboys are in a battle right now against the Green Bay Packers in an NFC wildcard game. And the history between these teams, you knew that things were going to get a little weird because just how the playoffs go. Unfortunately, we can't show you the highlights due to TV rights, but we can check up on the score. Last time we checked in, the Green Bay Packers are leading 34-16. Dak Prescott is 21-34 with 177 passing yards, 1 touchdown, touchdown and 2 interceptions. Our Mary Rominger is there at the game, and we'll have full coverage of this game tonight on Instant Replay, so make sure you guys tune in. The Houston Texans won their wild card game yesterday against the Cleveland Browns thanks to a ton of misdirection plays like this one right before halftime, where C.J. Stroud found his tight end Dalton Schultz for a 37-yard touchdown pass. But let's stop the tape right here, because we have C.J. Stroud moving out to his right, and he's got an option here, and he's got another option right here. The defense has their eyes on him the entire time, thinking the play is coming this way. But right here at the top of his route is Dalton Schultz. And what is he already doing? He's planting his foot, and he's going to this side of the field where the defense isn't going to be. So it leaves him the opportunity to be wide open, where C.J. Stroud is going to find him no problem by himself. So go ahead and play it, guys. And here we have a beautiful misdirection play where Dalton Schultz could be wide open for that touchdown. Huge plays like this are what helped the Texans get their wild card win over the Browns. And Texans wide receiver Brevin Jordan couldn't be happier to have a guy like C.J. Stroud as his quarterback.
I wish you guys could be like in the huddle and like just around him, out, like you guys media him and stuff, but the dude is unbelievable. Like how he moves, how he talks, how he just everything. You could tell from training camp that like he was a captain, he was a starting quarterback, QB1, like really since like day 2. You could just tell like how he moved. He was unbelievable.
The Texans and the Texans fans will be tuned into tomorrow night's Pittsburgh Steelers game against the Buffalo Bills to determine who they're going to be playing in the next round of the playoffs. Last night's San Antonio Spurs game could have been the Spurs' 3rd win in a row, but the Chicago Bulls were able to pull away late and win it 122-116. Well, the position of the Spurs have been worried about is that point guard spot, but last night Trey Jones stepped up and dropped a career-high 30 points. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough to get the win, but Trey is just trying to be a good teammate. And after the loss, he had this to say about being more comfortable in the point guard position.
Trying to do whatever the team asked me to do, honestly. With Malachi being out for the game or two that he was out, my name got called to be the starter, and just trying to do whatever we need, and that's setting up our offense, trying to set the tone defensively as well.
The Spurs will have to take on the Atlanta Hawks and former Spur DeJounte Murray tomorrow afternoon at 2:30 p.m. In college football news, Alabama wide receiver Isaiah Bond announced that he's transferring to the University of Texas. Bond has been a deep ball threat for the Crimson Tide and snagged this last-minute touchdown in the Iron Bowl this year. During his time in Tuscaloosa, Bond caught 65 passes for over 800 yards and 4 touchdowns. The Longhorns are getting a weapon of a wide receiver this next season, but won't play Alabama as Texas enters the SEC Conference. Speaking of UT, the men's basketball team is ranked 25th in the country, and yesterday the Longhorns were on the road taking on West Virginia. The Mountaineers were hungry at home with 4 players scoring at double digits. Texas's Max Asmus dropped 32 points, but it just wasn't enough as Texas suffers its 2nd loss in the last 3 games as West Virginia got the upset 76-73. We'll be right back after this, so stay with us.
All right, haven't seen this graphic since the summer, but in theme with what the information came down from ERCOT State, CPS has issued a yellow day for tomorrow, asking for conservation of energy in between about 6 o'clock in the morning through 10 o'clock in the morning with this colder air in place. So a hard freeze expected first thing tomorrow into Tuesday and Wednesday mornings there as well. We will monitor for a little bit of patchy light ice overnight and early tomorrow. Mainly bridges and overpasses could find a few slick spots and a light glaze of ice there on elevated surfaces before all of that activity moves out into Monday afternoon. Still cold into the afternoons, warming above freezing by Tuesday here in the Alamo City, even warmer Wednesday as we see some more sunshine return. Warmer into Thursday, then another front keeps a chill around into next weekend, guys.
All right, thank you so much, Mia. And if you head to KSAT.com, you can access our Arctic Air Tracker. There's some high-def maps, a very cool thing that you can look at. You'll be able to see the temperatures drop in real time. You can follow those updates on the cold front around San Antonio and South Texas.
Just a winter day in Ohio.
You're used to this. We're not used to it here. How cold is it in Ohio?
Not the...
Negative